After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Be doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older than
mom always told me. My mom always gave me a hint that my father wasn't my father, and she told me.
Girl, let me tell you, Jay-Z is out here allegedly pulling every shady trick he can think of to dodge a DNA test. And get this, the test could prove he's got a whole secret son out there. I mean, what? Just days before this test was supposed to happen, word is Jay tried to erase Rymir like he never even existed. Poof, like magic. And if you thought this year couldn't get wilder, buckle up, babe. Because out of nowhere, Rymir's legal guardian popped up and dropped scalding tea hotter than Beyonce's entire Renaissance tour. And we are eating it up. Grab your popcorn. This isn't just drama, it's full-on legendary.
I ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really, what is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and
All right, for anyone living under a rock, let me break it down. This drama has been stewing for years, like MySpace era years, and it's finally boiling over. So here's the scoop. There's this guy, Rymir Satterthwaite, and for over a decade, yes, more than 10 years, he's been saying Jay-Z is his real biological dad. Now before you say clout chaser, hold up. Rymir's not looking for cash, not chasing fame. This man wants the truth. That's it. Period. According to Rymir, his mom Wanda had a little secret romance with Jay-Z back in the early 90s, like pre-Beyonce, pre-Empire, pre-billionaire Hav, and ever since then, total chaos, because Jay-Z allegedly refuses to take a DNA test. Not once, not twice. He's been dodging like it's the Matrix, and every time Rymir tries to push for answers, court documents disappear, doors slam, legal teams pull shady moves, it's a hot mess. Rymir even said files from the case have mysteriously vanished. Hello? But get this, he's not suing for money, he's not trying to dip into the Carter vault. The man just wants closure. He wants to know, is this man who's always topping Forbes actually the same man missing from his life all along? And now, with his legal guardian speaking up, baby, Jay-Z's moves are being exposed. We're talking about court filings that claim years of evasion, intimidation, and dirty legal tactics. Whole Netflix-level plot twists, jurisdiction games, sealed docs, missing files, even creepy stuff like cars being followed and drive-by shootings. Like, is this coincidence? Or are some seriously rich people trying to bury a very expensive secret? And still, after all this time, no DNA test, none, nada. Instead, Jay-Z's lawyers hit back, calling the case harassment and fabricated. Excuse me? After 10 plus years of this, Jay-Z's camp even tried to say they just found out about this in June. Sir, this case is old enough to vote. Let me be crystal clear. Rymir isn't just some random guy. He's a grown man, quiet life, not chasing attention. He just wants to know where he came from. And every time he asks, the system slams the door. Meanwhile, Jay-Z, silent. No press, no comments, just lawyers and paperwork. And that silence? It's loud. Loud enough to split the internet. Some say Hov's protecting his image. Others say man up and take the damn test. And here's what really twists the knife. Jay-Z is always talking about Blue Ivy like she's royalty, legacy this, dynasty that. But what about the child who's been begging for a crumb of recognition for over a decade?
What makes me super proud and I still get goosebumps seeing her walk on stage is because Blue's been born into this world that she didn't act. She's been born into a life she didn't act. So since she was born, she's been in public eye and everyone having an opinion of, even a little girl, how she keeps her hair. So for her to be on that stage and reclaim her power, and the song is called My Power, and it just, you can't write a better script. And then watching her grow in it. She came out, she's 80,000 people, she's 11, so she's nervous. She's looking like,
was she nervous?
I know her.
She didn't look nervous.
I know her.
Yeah, I know
so
you
I
do.
know how nervous she was.
Yes.
I know how frightened she was. She wanted to do it, and she worked every day and watched her work hard. She had a little icy pack thing on her.
Oh, but wait, it gets darker. Word on the street is, Rymir's late mother, Wanda, she was only 15 or 16 when she allegedly got pregnant by Jay-Z. Y'all, 15. If this timeline is legit, we're not just talking paternity scandal. We're talking serious statutory issues like criminal. And this isn't the first time people have whispered about Jay-Z and younger girls, but this, if it's true, it would blow everything up. Now it kind of makes sense why he's been dodging that test like it's radioactive. It's not just about reputation, it's about hiding something way darker. And Rymir, he's been out here for years filing lawsuits, begging for acknowledgement, taking every legal step possible. But Jay-Z, he's allegedly been ghosting the whole thing, with a fleet of lawyers and mountains of cash trying to keep it buried. And here's the gag. If he's not the dad, just take the test. It's a swab. A few seconds, case closed. Instead, Jay's been burning through stacks of money just to avoid it. But guess what? Tables are turning. The court finally gave Rymir the green light for a new DNA test, which means Jay-Z can't hide behind his lawyers anymore. This thing is moving. So now the question is, why won't he just do it? Some say it's to protect his perfect family man brand. Others say it's just pride. But the most haunting theory? That it's because of Wanda's age when they met. And if that's true, we're in seriously dark territory. And remember, this goes all the way back to 2015, when Rymir and his guardian Lily, who by the way is a paralegal, brought this to court. They said Jay-Z had a thing with Wanda in the early 90s, but Jay's team allegedly pulled some fast tricks, fed the court false info, and got the case tossed. You can't make this up. Still, Rymir didn't back down. In 2018, he filed new docs accusing Jay-Z of using his fame and power to dodge the test for almost a decade.
I don't know. I wouldn't know how he feeling. Like I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know.
Okay, now buckle in because this part feels straight out of a suspense thriller. So once Rymir and his legal guardian, Dr. Lily Colley, refiled the lawsuit in New Jersey, things got creepy real fast. We're not just talking tough legal opposition. No, Dr. Colley says it felt like psychological warfare, like they were being watched. Men in unmarked cars started parking outside their house. Unfamiliar voices kept calling at strange hours. Vehicles would just show up on their lawn in the middle of the night. Can you imagine? She described it as this dark shadow suddenly hanging over their lives. And both she and Rymir started fearing for their safety. And get this, a source even claimed that someone close to Roc Nation hinted that Jay-Z would do whatever it takes to make this whole mess disappear. And then, right on cue, Rymir collapsed. Yes, collapsed. He had to be hospitalized, and for the first time in years, all legal activity went completely silent. Some people might say, oh, that's just coincidence. But girl, when you line that up next to the years of dodging, delaying, vanishing files and sealed court records, it's giving sinister. There are even whispers, okay? That Jay-Z allegedly sent people to pressure Rymir to drop the case. Not with a check, not with a conversation, with fear. No names, no fingerprints, just fear. And let me tell you, fear don't need receipts. You feel it in your bones. And then, this bombshell. Jay-Z just recently got pulled into a whole other civil lawsuit, one that originally named Sean Diddy Combs. And now, Jay-Z's name is on that list too. The woman filing it, Jane Doe, claims both men assaulted her when she was just 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team denies it all, says it's a baseless money grab. But then Rymir claps back with a statement like, how can a man claim to protect children, stand for honor, but refuses a DNA test? Like, make it make sense. And rather than take the test and put it all to rest, Jay-Z's team keeps playing legal ping pong, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, back and forth, for years. At one point, his lawyer even told the court Jay-Z didn't own any property in New Jersey. But plot twist, turns out that was a lie, like an actual lie. But nothing happened. No punishment, no penalty, just more brick walls thrown in Rymir's face. Now, let's rewind real quick. Wanda, Rymir's mom. She said she met Jay-Z in 1992. She was just 15 or 16. They had a brief thing in a Brooklyn apartment. She thought they were careful. But surprise, she ended up pregnant. After that, he ghosted. She never saw him again. No phone, no number, no contact. Years later, when Rymir was about 8, she sat him down and told him the truth. She said, I think Jay-Z is your dad. And she never changed that story, not once. Wanda tried to take the case to court before she passed in 2019. She wanted answers for her son before she died. But sadly, she never got them. And her death? Not suspicious on paper. But close friends say she was overwhelmed. She was scared. She believed Rymir would never get the truth. Here's the wildest part. There's talk that she started writing a memoir, something raw, something real, something about her story with Jay-Z. But no one's seen it. No one knows if it was finished or if it disappeared. After she passed, Rymir carried the torch. And girl, it only got darker from there. In 2018, he dropped a whole legal bombshell, saying Jay-Z's team did something unthinkable. Coerced Wanda into signing documents while she was still recovering from a medically induced coma. Yes, a coma. And through it all, Jay-Z's legal team has been moving nonstop, sealing files, blocking evidence, arguing jurisdictions, dragging this case for over 10 years. Not because there's no evidence, but because the system's being worked like a damn chessboard. And Rymir, he's 32 now, a grown man, still asking the same question. Are you my father? Not for money, not for fame, for peace. But what has he gotten instead? Courtrooms that lock him out, Lawyers who allegedly lie, files that disappear. He's fighting an empire with nothing but persistence. Let's be honest. At this point, what more does Rymir have to prove? Legal experts have called this a cautionary tale, a front row seat to how the justice system starts to crumble when too much money walks into the room. Judges have quietly stepped away without explanation. Sanctions have been thrown at Rymir's legal team without cause. Key documents magically sealed or vanished. The case hasn't just been stalled, it's been suffocated. It's not about DNA anymore. It's about how deep someone will go to protect their empire. It's about what happens when an everyday person dares to step up and say, I deserve the truth, and the machine they're challenging fights back with everything it's got. Whether this story ends with a court order or another sealed file, one thing is clear. There are cracks forming in the Carter Kingdom. Real cracks. And somewhere in all that silence, the truth is waiting to be heard. Now here's the scary question we're all thinking. What if Rymir loses? What if this system exhausts him, shuts him down, or worse? Does the truth disappear with him? Or does it spark something bigger? A fire in others who've been watching from the shadows, waiting to find the courage to speak up too. Because if there's even one more person out there, holding on to a secret, hiding because they're scared of power, of fame, of retaliation, then Rymir's fight might not be in vain. Because here's the thing about truth. You can try to bury it. For years, for decades. But truth has a way of rising. Finding air. Sometimes it's whispered in a courtroom, sometimes it comes from a hospital bed, but it always finds a way to speak. And maybe that's what the people in power fear the most. Not the headlines, not the lawsuits, but that ripple effect. Because once one person refuses to be silenced, once one mask falls, the empire doesn't collapse from outside pressure, it implodes from within. Rymir may not have the money, he may not have the media, but what he does have is a story that won't die. A truth that refuses to sit quietly, and that might be more powerful than all the legal team's money can buy. But wait, the storm's not over. Jay-Z is now being dragged into another public disaster. And this time, it's not just about him. As Diddy's empire crumbles from lawsuit after lawsuit, explosive allegations are pulling more names into the wreckage. And Jay-Z's is one of them. People are watching closely. And some are saying it's only a matter of time before the heat lands fully on Jay. And if that happens, if those legal walls start to cave in, if Jay-Z has to sit down and face deeper scrutiny, that could finally be the window Rymir has waited his whole life for. Not because he wants revenge, not because he wants a check, but because he wants closure, acknowledgement, peace. So now here's the question everyone's been asking in group chats, comment sections, Twitter threads. Is Rymir really Jay-Z's firstborn son? Or is this just a case of mistaken identity wrapped in silence, fear, and a decade of legal dodging? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation is far from over. And remember, truth doesn't die quietly. It waits, it watches, and when it speaks, it shakes empires. It shakes empires.